Hey, it's Rhett from Maserati Mods, and in this video I'll be walking through the installation and wiring of our radio head unit. I'll be using our 10-inch example, but the wiring is very similar for all of the head units we sell at MaseratiMods.com. I guess before I'll go through the wiring, the installation of the unit's pretty simple. There are 4 screws that hold it into place. These screws come with the kit. Um, I did have to add a washer here. The washer they provide in the kit is a little bit small, so I added a larger washer to um, so it's in there securely. Um, and then you also have to install the um, the buttons for your sport, ice, brake, etc. That needs to be installed separately right next to the unit. Um, and then if we look at the wiring itself, um, all the wiring, of course, comes with the kit, and I've got most of it plugged in here, not everything, because you don't really need everything. Let's start with first the main harness is here. And this will plug into your car's existing wiring harness. So it's a perfect fit, just fits right in there. And then there's also some aux cables here. These are aux for in. So if you want to add another sound system or something like that, you can use these. I'm not going to be using these. And so what you want to make sure you do is tape these up so they don't potentially cause any interference or buzzing. So I'll make sure to do that before I install everything. Some other wires that are in here are these key 1 and key 2 wires, and you do not need those, so just ignore those. And then there's a blue wire. It says ANT on it. This is the wire that provides continuous 12 volts. Now you will need this if you have either a front or rear camera to provide power to your camera. I have both a front and rear, and so I have added, I've actually connected 2 wires so that I will be able to power both my front and rear cameras. So these plug into the cables I've installed in the car already. So that's the main harness. There's a green wire here with two green wires that needs to plug right over here. And then moving on, you've got the AV and 5G chip card, SIM chip holder here. So I am, see, of these, oh yeah, so there's 2 wires actually you do need to connect. The amp con and then the amp C from that main harness. These need to be connected, so I actually have soldered these together. This is unusual for this unit. The other units, they didn't require this, but you do need to connect these for everything to work properly. So amp C and amp con, recommend soldering those together. And then there's some other cables in here, video out, audio out. So that'd be if you want to use an amplifier, or if you want to have another screen. And then there's a bunch of cables here for a mic. Now the unit has an internal mic, so this is really optional. I'd say it's almost not necessary to use that, but it's there if you want it. And then we have video in. Now this will be for your front camera. So you'll plug that in there. And then the aux in, audio out, aux left in. you won't use these. So again, I'll tape them up. So out of all of these, I'm really only going to be using the video in, and that's if you have a front camera. The rest of them you're probably not going to need. And then of course the 5G SIM card goes in there if you're going to use that. Which of course I'm not using that. My phone works fine. I've got this tethered to the phone. And then we have your USB plugs. There's actually two plugs. I only have one here, so the other one would fit in right here in this open spot. And then finally you have this plug here, which is your rear camera input. So you want to plug that in if you have a rear camera installed. This cable here is your antenna, and it comes with a plug that fits into your existing car plug. It's the white plug you want the antenna to go into. And then I have this aftermarket cable for the GPS. Honestly, in these, you don't really need a GPS. You don't need this extra plug to plug into a GPS antenna. The GPS in these units is just like the one in your phone or in your iPads or tablets. So they pick up on the GPS satellites without needing an antenna, an external antenna. So that's really more optional. The unit does come with an antenna, of course. So, and I don't have these installed, but this one is the this is the 5G antenna, and then I'm sorry, this kind of square one's the 5G antenna, and then there's also the GPS antenna here if you want to use those. But again, I would say they're optional. Unit also comes with a rear camera if you don't have one already, so you can install that if you'd like. Works great. And I think that covers everything. So once you've got the system mounted, you got everything plugged in properly, got the wires connected, then you are ready to put everything back into the car. And that's the installation process.